Boys and girls, you are now in tune to the sounds of the greatest podcast you have ever heard that's ever been created. Welcome to the club. It's the 8-Bit Clubhouse Podcast, episode Quattro, recorded on Monday, MAR10 day. Introducing first your host. It's the world-renowned, the hatcher of moles, your favorite gamer's favorite gamer, Hambone Johnny. Next up, it's the coolest kid on the playground, the Sword Skateer. It's your boy, Bob Cousy. And last but best, he rolls more credits than Siskel and Ebert combined. It's the man, the myth, the legend, Drew. Gentlemen, happy Mario Day.
Happy Mario Day, Sword Skateer. I love it. Love it. Love it.
Yes.
We'll talk more
Happy
about
Mario
that later.
Day. Indeed. Yeah. How's you beautiful gentlemen doing tonight? Beautiful
Great.
Monday.
I personally I feel underdressed. I did not come I did not come to the show in proper apparel. Apparently it's Adidas Day and the Hambone Johnny lands, but that's okay. We've got our two
Hambone Johnny
lovely other
land.
gentlemen here, all decked out in their Mario stuff. So
yeah, man.
Yeah.
That's it. Otherwise,
This is a
doing
plushy
great.
hat.
Yeah.
So beautiful New England day today. It was like low 60s. I mean, it was perfect. So we had to get outside and do some stuff. Well, let me just tell you, I haven't picked up Goomba shit in probably a good 2 to 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
And if you had to guess an over under, like what would your number be?
All right. So so 2 months between two.
It could be longer.
3 months.
I think I did it once during the winter.
I'm going 120.
I was gonna say 95 shits.
Yeah, it was over 100. It was.
Okay.
It was.
Yeah.
It was a lot of shit, and it's like you don't even realize in the winter. You just open the sliding door, they go out,
Yeah.
they come back. I don't know how you guys. I know Peaches needs a lot. Energy.
Peaches is on a leash. If we let her
What
out there.
about you? Your guys?
My dogs they were still potty training when it started to get cold. So there's like poop all over the patio because sometimes they wouldn't even make it to the yard. So I still need to take care of that too. But yeah.
So you're
I
in the
feel you,
same
man.
boat.
Yeah.
Hey, Bona, you picking up Peaches poops every day?
Yeah, pick it up as we go for the most part.
Wow.
That's
she
amazing.
Runs,
amazing.
She runs around if we just let her outside. I think there's like a family of rabbits that are living underneath our shed, and she just wants to like dig and get at those and not actually focus on the pooping or the peeing. But if we put her on a leash, she'll do her business and come inside pretty good. So since we're watching her do it and we're up close and personal, we pick it up as we go. But
Yeah, if you're right there, you might as well.
Yeah, exactly. But my goal is to be able to open the door and just let her go. We're not there yet, though.
There's a service. I looked this up once ago that people just come to your house, pick up your dog's poop. That's what they do. What a life.
I'm not sure I want to spend my good hard-earned money on that. But
I looked into
good
it.
for them. Good for them.
So,
I mean, if they're hiring, I might, I could join. I got plenty of experience.
You
franchise it.
Yeah, they've got to have some good names. I feel like there's a lot of like poop and shit type names you can kind of just play off of.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Let's see. We got Poop Scoop Mess.
Yep.
We got Duty Calls.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I like that one.
That is a good one. That might be it.
That's still pretty good. We can workshop
that. Yeah, we could workshop that. So anyway, my point was I was outside today, and over the last few months, like front side yard, I've had this weird smell. And I compare it to like burnt tater tots. It's just this weird smell. Everyone thought I was weird, and eventually the family started saying, I think I smell something too. So I don't know what it is. Today I still don't know what it is. Like, oh, maybe like the septic tank is like overflowing, but like it wasn't because I would have seen it. It would have seeped through. I said, maybe there's a dead animal somewhere, but I never found it. The smell would come and go. I said, there's got to be something living around. So today I was beautiful out. We picked up the poop. I was picking up some branches that fell down over the winter. and I looked over in like a couple of my sprinkler boxes, and I found like a family of mice, and they built this mouse condo. It was fantastic in there. It was like moss and branches, and I first of all had to destroy the condo.
Of course. I mean, that's a given.
Wrecking Crew Drew was there to do it.
The core keeper of mice.
Well,
Basically, is what we had going on.
I think the condo was also their way to get out, because it was like they built it up. But mice they'll find a way out. So I didn't kill them yet. I let them live. I gave them the opportunity. I don't know if that's the smell, but it is the kind of the area. My guess is I think it's the mice shitting and peeing like in my garden beds during the day and then going back to their house. That's my guess.
Yeah,
I don't know, man. That would take a lot. I don't know.
Burnt? There's a burnt smell?
I don't know. It's not
like
burnt.
Like an overdone tater tot?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, do you have like vents over there? Did one of them crawl up into like your dryer vent and like die? And it's just getting vaporized slowly?
Slowly. It's been going on for a while.
Yeah,
I don't know,
man.
But I'm trying to figure out the smell. But maybe the mice. I don't know if that's the.
Yeah.
That was my afternoon. Beautiful day. Played some basketball outside.
Yeah, it's beautiful out there today, man.
It was nice. What's the weather over in Colorado there, Cruz?
Same. It was really nice today.
Nice.
Yeah, I didn't leave the bed though. I felt kind of down today, sick, but yeah. So the wife did all the heavy lifting today. So I just rolled out of bed and crawled in front of this camera and said, "Hey!" So here we are. But yeah, it's a beautiful day today. It's supposed to be nice all week until probably, I don't know, sometime next week. But Drew, I've got to say, I'm noticing as you were talking, your camera, you got a new camera. It looks amazing.
I did. Thank you. Appreciate that.
I think it's really night and day difference.
Really?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah,
I did it
not
for
just
you
the
guys.
giant Mario hat that you're wearing. That looks so good.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's amazing too. Yeah.
It does make my head look very.
It's large. No, that's awesome. Yeah, beautiful weather. So in my neck of the woods, we had that crazy ice storm a month ago or so.
Ooh,
I think I told you guys I have these birch trees in the back, and one of them got very iced up and kind of like half fell over. I thought it was going to snap off. Lo and behold, it didn't snap off. It looks it's like a 90-degree angle, like halfway up. It goes straight up and then shoots over, and it's like overhanging half the yard. So my conundrum now is do I cut this
save
down
the tree or chop it down?
The tree. The problem is that this one birch tree it's connected to a base of like 8 other birch trees. And if I cut this one down, is it going to look weird if I have the other ones there? Do I just cut it all down? The way it's hanging is kind of weird. Do I just have somebody come and do it? Like, if this were a tree in the middle of a field, I would just do it myself and it falls where it falls. But some of it's kind of hanging over the fence, some of it's not. So I'm very much torn in terms of, do I do it myself? Do I outsource it? Do I just knock it all down or not? But I think I've got to figure that out over the next few weeks because
I think we need a picture of it so I can give a better answer to that.
Yeah, I'll take some investigative photos for you guys and can check it out. But like we were out there today playing ball, and just playing soccer and whatever in the yard, and I was like, don't be under that tree. I don't want it to fall on you. So it's like I've got that in the back of my mind every time we go outside now. So we've got to get it taken care of here soon, but we'll see.
Yeah. I'm kind of in the same boat. I've got one as well that's at a 90-degree angle. I went out with a rope and tried to like lasso it and pull it up, but all it did was kind of like bow it more. So I'm in the same boat. I've got to fix mine. And Colorado trees are very hard to come by. So I'm going to try to get it at a different angle, maybe get the kids to help me with a ladder and kind of push it up and then pull with a rope. But I'm going to try to splint it like a broken leg or something and see if that, I don't know. But I'm in the same boat. Yeah. I say you try to fix it.
Yeah.
I say you
This
go
is
for
a
it.
This is a big. There's no fixing this one. This is like it's coming down or it's not coming down, and it'll come down on its own eventually. But yeah, this is.
Oh, so
probably
you're
what-
saying
this
you
is,
don't know whether you should do it or hire somebody to do it?
exactly. Yeah.
Oh,
it's
okay.
definitely
I say
coming
you
down.
do it, Hambone Johnny.
I think
Get the
I'm not gonna
daggone
trade. I
chainsaw
got the
and go to
chainsaw.
town on it.
I think
You need the
that's what we're
come-along.
gonna be doing.
You know what you do? You did another buddy. This is what I did. I mean, well, what's like the diameter of the trunk?
I mean, the trunk isn't that. It's probably I don't know, 14 to 16 inches. That's not small, but it's not
decent.
huge.
That's decent. It's
Yeah.
a medium-sized tree.
Exactly. I could normally do that myself. It's half bowed. The way it's grown is kind of to the side. I'm like, I've got all these other trunks to kind of navigate, and I normally would cut it from the side where the trunks are. So
Mm.
at the end of the day, I'm not trying to hurt myself with this thing. I already broke my foot. I'm not trying to end up in the hospital from a tree.
Break your
injury.
hands.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
so
fair.
we'll see.
That is
Hmm.
a fair point. All right.
So what else is
what
new
else is
with
going
you
on?
guys? Are you all up to speed on Survivor? Have we watched
Oh, yeah.
episode 2? Kev, what's
Yes.
going on? Your first 2 draft picks.
Oh,
Man, that is awful. I've never done that bad in fantasy football or any kind of fantasy draft. My first 2 draft picks voted out. I never would have guessed Kevin. Like, I thought he was under the radar enough to get by. Then he started trying to play some big moves there, tried to pull out some blind sides, and that bit him in the butt. So, yeah, I don't know, man. I hope things turn around, but your score bumped up a lot this week, Hambone.
Yeah.
So,
we
you
got
know,
a
I don't know.
idle find and whatnot. So
Yeah,
yeah, it's still early.
so-
Still early. A lot of points left out
Mini
there.
Coos
but,
is still barely hanging on, but
Mini-
yeah,
Mini
it.
Coos is in the
Listen,
lead
the
still.
T's keep your people. You're in trouble with 2 down.
I know.
You gotta-
I'm done.
you gotta
I'm
keep your
pretty much done now. I've just got to sabotage your all's teams.
That's it.
Maybe get a late pickup on
Yeah.
on the waiver
like
wire.
a trade.
But
We
yeah,
have,
I went
what,
into
2 people undrafted.
2.
it was there too. Yeah.
2.
But yeah, I went into Libby's room last night and she was watching the old what was the heroes versus villains
That's
season.
dedication.
Yeah,
a good one.
she's just sitting there watching it, and she's like, "Yeah, I'm all about this." And she didn't know any of the players, and I'm like, "Ooh, there's there's James, and there's so and so and so and so." So that was really cool to see.
But that's like her
Yeah,
first time. She's never seen them. Like
She'd never seen it. No. We started watching the Deal or No Deal Island thanks to you, Drew, and Boston Rob's on there on that first season, and she's like all about Boston Rob now. So now she's going back and watching all the old Survivors with Boston Rob in it. So yeah.
And you know who's on the second season of that show? Poverty.
Really,
Yep.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
She's a
there's
villain
another-
too.
Yep. And there's another dude that is like Australian
Yeah, the
Survivor.
Australian big Survivor.
He's like
guy.
Tarzan. I like him.
Yeah, me
He's
too.
good.
Nice.
Yeah, no, I'm the first few episodes are always tough in Survivor. You're trying to set the stage, you're trying to entertain, you're trying to, develop some characters and add the new twist. What was your guys' assumption or I guess thoughts on like that whole Beware Advantage challenge? I thought it was interesting. With the,
I
thought
like
it was cool.
that it was different for each of the
Me
tribes. I
too.
thought that was cool. They were similar
Yeah.
in some ways, but also a little bit different in how you crack the code. I didn't
Yeah.
understand why they chose the words that they did. What was it? Listen and something else.
Yeah,
that
I
didn't really
agree.
make sense to me. But other than that, I liked the process of how they found the clues and had to decode the cipher and all that stuff. Thought that was pretty neat.
I think you got to have a random word because you could guess it if it was like idol or
That's
challenge or something like that. You got to give them a weird word.
Yeah, that's fair.
That was what I was thinking.
But no, I liked
That's
it.
true. That is true. Good
So
point.
far, so good. Poor Green Team. Green Team's not doing so hot right now.
No. I think I've got another player on that team too. That's
do.
like
Yeah.
the surgeon guy.
Oh,
he's
Cedric?
next. He's next. Yeah, he's going to go next.
I think he's not looking good.
It's not looking good, Goose.
No, it's
looking
not.
good.
No.
Yeah.
I want all my players to go so I can start, focusing on the actual show.
Yeah. It is funny though.
Yeah.
Like I was folding laundry when I was watching the show this week, so I watched it live on Wednesday. My wife was traveling
Yeah.
for work, and I had my phone out. I'm like folding a towel. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
he found an idol. Like let's write it down so I can add it to the score. So,
That's
it's funny.
cool.
Yeah,
You're
it was
taking
fun.
notes while you're watching it.
Yeah,
That's dedication.
that's it, man.
What else? Anything to do? Anybody picking up Xenoblade next week?
I'm not.
No, I'm out on Xenoblade. I've got some other stuff I'm looking at. Have you played
I
this one
will be.
before?
I've played this one, but it's the only one I didn't finish, and I made it pretty far. But this is a little more unique. It's weird. It's like they created on this planet. I think like Earth was destroyed. I kind of forget, but like they build like a town on this planet, and then you go to, but it has like a street, and then like you leave your town and you go out into and love and fight those types of monsters and stuff. But then you also get like mech, so you can like, and it's kind of further into the game, but you get like a robot mech that you get into, and then like fly and run around and stuff. It's pretty different, I would say, than the normal ones. But it's the battle mechanic.
That's cool. Yeah, I've
Yeah.
heard about this game is that this one is separate and not really connected to the other three
Correct.
stories. So if there is one
Yep.
to play, maybe this is the one. But
Yeah, you wouldn't feel like
left
you're
out. And
behind
I
your.
think that like the
Yeah.
connections between the other stories are pretty loose as well. If I'm
Listen,
correct
all
with
of
that.
these games are some of the lore is so deep. It's like I've played all of them. I played the DLCs, and they still go over my head sometimes. Like it's deep. But yeah, I'll be picking this up. Comes out Thursday, my birthday. A little birthday present to myself. I'm gonna go
Hey, look at
grab it.
this guy. But yeah,
This
there's a
is
lot of
this is
stuff
one of
coming out over the next few weeks. April
well,
and
not
May.
Nintendo.
It's a crowded month over in Hambo and Land.
Well, must be nice. Over
It
in
is
Nintendo
nice.
Land,
It
playing
is
5-year-old
broaden
games.
horizons, man. Broad horizons.
Yeah,
Many
well.
options over here.
All right. Anything else, or should we get this show in the room?
Yeah, let's
Or
hit
get
it.
it started?
I think I'm good. I'm good to roll. Just wanted to next up talk about what we've been playing. There's some extensive lists here, starting with Hambone. I'd love to hear what you have to say is going on your television.
Lots of things. Lots
All
of
right.
things. So I'll hit these first few ones pretty quick. So Steam Next Fest was the last couple weeks, and basically what this is, it's like a spotlight on a number of different demos for games that are coming up soon or at some point in the future, but it's basically like advertisements for mostly pretty much all indie or double A games, mostly indies. And the first, so basically I just went in there, downloaded a bunch of demos that looked cool. Wasn't really sure if I'm going to like them or not, but I played like 4 or 5 of them. The first one I picked was Shotgun Cop Man. Like,
What?
Oh yeah.
Play the
yeah, baby.
weirdest-
Like,
what is this?
you know, as soon as you hear those words, like this is going to be a time. So
Yes.
this is a joint from Devolver. Same
Is it?
people, I think, as what's that Pedro game? Is it My Friend Pedro? The
Mhm.
yeah, same developers as this, as that game, and basically it's a 2D platforming speedrun game where you are the titular shotgun cop man, and you're on
Yeah.
a mission to hell to arrest the devil.
Oh
And-
my gosh, that sounds amazing.
It's
That-
amazing, dude. So
What a
the
video game ass video game that sounds like.
100%. So basically, you start the first level, you find the devil, and you're like, "Hey, man, I'm here to arrest you." And the devil says, "F you,
Gotta
shotgun
catch me
cop,
first."
man," and he like jets off. And so basically, the gameplay, it's a 2D platformer. But what's unique about it is that you can only run and jump so much. How you do like dashes or higher jumps or things like that is you use your shotgun. So you actually, if you want to like aim up, you can aim your shotgun down, jump, and then fire your shotgun, and it'll do like a super jump. But at the same time, you're also trying to shoot the different enemies that are in the level. So there's I think there's different goals in the level, like defeat all the enemies, finish the level in a certain amount of time. So there's all these kind of variables that are going on here. I played about 10 levels of it. It seems pretty cool. I'm not itching to play a ton more of it, to be honest with you, but to check it out as a demo, if you're into something like that, super fun. The next one I played was TMNT, so Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Tactical Takedown. This is a strategy game, right? You're on a grid. You're the different Ninja Turtles, and basically you have movement points and attack points, and you're trying to just take out the Foot Clan or the other enemies that are coming at you. But what's really cool about this one is it's a changing environment, so you have to move along the screen to basically make it to the new piece of the level before the old piece of the level falls away. So it seems like it should be pretty cool. They're doing a ton of stuff with Ninja Turtles and that IP. I feel like every year they're coming out with multiple games. This one is
Yeah.
pretty cool. I'm gonna watch this. I can see this coming to multiple consoles, probably even Switch for sure. This next one, probably my favorite one I played, was called The First Berserker Kazan.
That's
This
Love
game,
it.
and bone game.
yeah, this is definitely a handbone game. It's a Souls like game. You are just this dude. I don't fully understand the backstory yet, but basically the game starts. You're in this cage, and you're getting wheeled on this mountain pass, and then some sort of entity causes an avalanche, and everybody dies except you, and you break out of the cage, and you're possessed by this crazy power. And basically, you just go around slicing up like yetis and soldiers and stuff like that. It's got a stamina bar you have to manage, different gear and stuff like that. So it's basically going to be like a Souls-like RPG. That seems like it's going to be levels based. Hard as balls. I died a ton playing this game, but it's going to be a good one. It comes out a week, 2 weeks. So I think I'm going to play this instead of Xenoblade is my plan. But the art style is really cool. It's sort of like realistic backgrounds with an anime like character design. So really striking the way it looks.
Nice.
So yeah, looks cool. And the last game I played from Next Fest, the demo I just played last night, was called The Path of Ren, and this is a Celeste-like game. Really tight controls, precision platformer. But what's unique about it, at least from what I've seen in the demo, is that there's different orbs you can collect. And instead of just having like an orb where you can like dash, or a power up where you collect it and you can dash a little bit, there's that. But also there's orbs where you slow down time. You have like this space jump. You can activate an orb and like special platforms show up. So there's a lot going on here. I would definitely check it out if you're a Celeste fan. I'm not sure if it's coming to other platforms other than just PC for now, but yeah. The Path of Ren, Ren. Definitely check
And
that one out.
all of these were demos, right?
All those were demos.
And Shotgun Cop Man, you said you played 10 levels. How long's the demo?
I think it was like 20 levels. So
Really? That's
yeah,
cool.
It was a pretty beefy demo. Yeah,
That's
they're
nice.
quick. I mean, they're like 2-minute long levels or something like that. So that's not super beefy or anything. But yeah, Shotgun Cop Man, probably the best name out of all the games, even though it wasn't my favorite. But real games.
Which was your favorite?
Oh, definitely First Berserker.
Okay, cool.
That's right up my alley for sure. New Star GP, still chipping away at that.
What decade you in?
I'm in the 2000s. So I've got all the cups in the 80s, all the cups in the 90s, and now I'm in the 2000s. Not much more to say on this one. I'm not playing it consistently. It's something that's there if I'm listening to a podcast or just have like 10 minutes to fire up something. But I'm still going. I'm not sure if you guys still are, but probably not. Probably not for Coos.
I haven't played it since I played it on stream that time.
But
I like it. My brother saw the little video I made, the screen thing I posted, and was like, "What game is that?" So he was interested. So,
oh, cool.
Yeah,
it has. I don't know what it is about this game. Like, not to sound mean about it, but it has no business being as fun as it really is. Do you know what I mean? Like, like it is. It's
just a racing game, but it has like the little sprinkles on the outside that keep you coming back.
Yeah,
like the little,
having to manage your crew.
The writing in it, and like the little blurbs and phone calls that you get, and like,
car.
Who do you want to piss off today? Do you want to piss off your marketing person, or do you want to piss off your pit crew chief? Like, there's something about it. I was driving on an on ramp, and I was just like by myself, had the music on, and I'm accelerating, and I'm like, "Where's the green friggin' line?" Like I wanted to see the green line in the road to know if I
Yeah.
should be speeding up or not. Like it was one of those games that like there's this feature that makes you want to put it in the real world.
Oh,
Um,
I love it.
yeah, so I was playing. I was on pace and I'm on par with you, Hambone, and I was in the 90s. And you hit like a sweet spot where like you feel a little overpowered as long as you don't screw up too much. And then I got cocky because I realized that you don't have to play every single like when you go to a new country,
Hmm.
there's usually like a time trial, backwards. There's usually two cups and then like the race at the
Yep.
end. And I was like, you don't have to do the first two races. All it does is get you more perks and more money to upgrade. You could just skip ahead. So I started skipping ahead and I got cocky and I went into the last race and I came in second place. And it made me like overall second place by like 1 point or one cup.
Oh, yep.
And the shitty part is you save all of your upgrades. So everything that you have saves, but you have to go back and do all the races again in each country. So you have to like the second country isn't unlocked until you until you play it. So I have to go play what is it like 10 countries per decade?
Yeah. Yeah. It's like 10 GPs, which,
So I at the end of the day, I probably could do that in an hour, right?
yeah.
Maybe an hour and 15. It's not the end of the world, but I just was frustrated that which I'll talk. But it is over it. We're talking about New Star GP, that arcade style racing game, and yeah, it's fun. It's
Yeah.
fun.
How do you
So
feel? So one thing that I wasn't sure is how it would play on the Switch. So one thing that I know, like on I'm playing
yep.
on PlayStation. PlayStation has the analog triggers. So if you're going around a corner, you don't want to fully brake or fully give it the gas. You can like come off the gas like halfway to get around the corner,
Yeah, that is
or
a
just
nice
like tap
feature,
the
probably.
brake like a little bit as opposed to like slamming on the brakes. Do you feel like
Mhm.
you're not able to control the car as well as you want to with
Um,
the way the Switch controller works?
maybe when I see the yellow or coming out of that, I just let off the gas. I definitely go fast into the curves. I find, and I'll jam the brakes on it. What I guess my point is, without having that feature, on the Switch, I don't know any better. That I
Yeah.
just from the start adjusted the way I played based on what the Switch had to offer. I
Hmm.
will say because the triggers are the go, it definitely feels a lot better and easier with a Pro controller versus.
Yeah, that makes sense. And that's how a lot of like the other racing games are, like Forza and those sorts of things. It uses the triggers for gas and brake. And that's the one thing
Mhm.
I will other say about New Star, right? If you're gonna play this, like even though it has like that arcade flair, like if it's telling you to brake, you have to brake. You can't
You
drift
do,
around a
yeah.
corner like like a Mario Kart or something like that. So it does have some realism to it. But
Mhm.
yeah, New Star. Um, next up, I rolled credits on Avowed yesterday. So
Hmm.
Wow, look
yeah,
at you.
finish that bad boy up. I put in a bunch of time this weekend when I wasn't playing the other game I'm going to talk about. Um, but yeah, Avowed was great. I really loved it. You ended up getting 4 different companions. They all have some unique different skills that they can use with you. What really sort of unlocked my enjoyment of the game is finding a set of weapons that I really liked to use. So in the beginning of the game, I wasn't really sure what I was doing. Was trying a wand with a spell book and a pistol for a little bit. I didn't really like the way the aiming was working. So I switched over. I found this fire sword, and I was just like
Yeah.
lighting everybody on fire. It was awesome. I got really good with the parrying, and that's sort of the best part about the game is like going around finding different like people to fight. Whether it was like these, uh, there was like mushroom people and bears that would come attack you, or like the zombies or people, or like regular people. But the
Yeah.
story was cool too.
Just like real life.
Just like real life, man. You just gotta kick some mushroom ass from time to time, basically.
Exactly.
But no, it was cool. The story was pretty good. I was engaged in it. I played it for close to 30 hours, so I was in on this one. I would recommend it if you're into like if you played a Skyrim before or other first person like RPGs with the fantasy element to it. It's not as deep or as much to explore as something like those games. But if you're looking for a smaller bite, you can finish it up in 20 to 30 hours. Like,
That's
yeah,
perfect.
That was a good game.
That
And
That
I
was
like
on
pretty
Game
neat.
Pass, right?
it was on Game Pass. Yep. Yeah. So I
Yeah.
played that on Game Pass. I liked it as well because you can play it in first or third person. So I know some people are a little bit opposed to swinging a sword around in first person. If you didn't like that, you can switch it to third person and play it the way you want to. So I like having the
That's
option.
cool. I like having that option.
Me
Yeah,
too.
for sure.
Every game should have that, like an action adventure game.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, you can even tell. I mean, the game was definitely built in first person because you're kind of like just pivoting, right? And you're looking from side to side. But when you switch it to third person, it looked a little stiff, I guess I would say, because it's mimicking what he's doing in first person, as opposed to a game like Horizon or another like First Berserker Kazan. That they build those animations to really look like it's just supposed to be in third person. But aside from that, if you can get around the way that the character kind of looks when he moves or tilts around, it was great. So good story. Can't really complain on that one. Next game is a Coos game through and through.
All right, let's hear it.
Pinball Spire. This
Pinball
was
Spire.
Pinball
Look it
Spire.
up.
So this was a short game, 2 to 3 hour long. You are
Oh, yeah.
playing. It's a pinball adventure game, basically.
Love it.
You get different power ups. You can turn your ball on fire. You can slow down time. And you get a sort of like if the ball is on the flipper and you slow down time, you can kind of see where the ball is going to go. So if you need to do like aim your shot to get around a corner or around an obstacle, it was all little challenges that were built like that. And eventually you have to like combine your powers to progress. There was little collectibles and secret rooms you can go into. And I beat this game in 2 nights. I sat in front of my computer, was just kind of messing around, watching a podcast, and was playing it. And next thing I knew, credits were rolling.
Yeah.
Super fun game.
My kind of game.
Yeah, man. It was like, I hope it comes to Switch because it for sure would be.
What'd you play it on?
PC.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is it a platformer?
No, it's like you're playing pinball. It's just like you're playing
Okay.
pinball. It's like you're going.
It's just pinball.
It's pretty much just pinball. I mean,
Okay.
it doesn't feel as good as playing pinball in the arcade, but for
Right.
virtual pinball, yeah, it was great. I can't complain.
I
about
love
it at
some
all.
good virtual pinball too. Yeah. And
Yeah,
not
I
only
would-
with, yeah,
I would
that
take a
sounds
look.
great.
You're basically just trying
Yeah.
to climb the spire, and once you get to the top, that's sort of game over. And it's a. I can see you
Love
getting
it.
stuck on some areas and trying to like,
Mhm.
I can't hit this one bumper or can't do that or this, but 10 or 15 minutes later,
But
you'll
you
get
didn't
past
get
it.
stuck on those. I like how you said, I can see you
said
getting
you.
stuck on those areas, but for Hambone
just a-
Johnny, I got
that's
stuck
just a
0
gen-
times.
That's just a general.
I don't
you,
know. That seems
somebody who
pretty
might be listening.
specific.
Could be you.
No, you're good.
I'm gonna play it next time, and maybe I'll get stuck. Who knows? But
But probably not.
maybe yes, maybe no. But
I played. Did you ever play Yoku's Island Express on
I
PlayStation?
did not. I've
It
heard
is.
good things, though.
It's a platformer based on pinball. Yeah. So that's kind of why I asked if it was a platformer. But yeah, Pinball Spire. I'll check it out.
Yeah, give it a
Well, I
look.
mean, I won't because I don't play PC games, but I will if it comes elsewhere.
There you go. And then last game I played was Split Fiction, but I know Kuz, is that your only game on the list?
No, I played some.
Okay.
I played one other game.
Yeah. So
You go ahead and describe it though, because you're much better at that than I am.
I don't know about that, but Split Fiction, yeah, awesome game, came out last week. It is a co-op only platformer
Mhm.
game made by Hazelight, same people that made A Way Out and It Takes Two. Scoring extremely well on all the critic websites. It's over a 90 right now. So as at this point in the year, it is the highest rated game so far in 2025, and in my opinion, it absolutely deserves it. It's a blast. I'm playing with Kuz. We did a great stream a couple nights ago. We got about 3.5 hours into the game. I'm also playing with my son, Owen, who's 8. And aside from the occasional minor swears. I think they said douchebag one time and shit a few times. But aside from navigating those scenarios and telling him he shouldn't be repeating that at school, it's been a great game for him. Like, he's been able to navigate all the different platforming and work together and all that. And I think what's so great about this game and other games from Hazelight is that even though you're doing your own thing and you're getting your own sort of unique powers, you really do need to work together to progress at certain sort of choke points that they put in there. So there might be a platforming session where you're climbing up a ladder and getting chased or trying to just get through a part of the level, and you're doing that on yourself. But then every set of levels gives you your own unique power. Like in the first major level, right? One of us had a sword that was also could shift gravity, and the other person had a whip that could hold or grab barrels or rip things off or throw things at different obstacles. And it's all kind of working together to overcome these challenges. And each new section is like that. So basically, Split Fiction, the background of the story is that there's a publishing firm, we'll call it, right? That's calling all these unpublished writers to come in and basically giving them a chance to publish their story. The two main characters here, it's two girls in their 20s. One's a fantasy writer, the other one's a sci-fi writer. They get sucked into this bubble where basically they're living out their stories in sort of like the real world. And basically, it's not supposed to suck two people into one bubble. Everyone's supposed to have their own bubble. So things are going haywire with the machine. And basically, so they're all going through like sci-fi section of the story, and then there's a fantasy section of the story, and they're giving you different powers. And yeah, it's been great, man. I don't know, Kuz, what do you think? Maybe we'll transition over to what you've been playing, and you can give your color on Split Fiction.
Yeah, I got one of the things that I noticed right off the bat that I really liked about it is that you purchased the game and I did not, but we could still play together, which is awesome.
Crazy.
Love it.
Like, I guess I downloaded it too, because I went to buy it and it was like, if somebody else has the game, just download like this version of it. And that's when I text you. You're like, yeah, I bought it. So I just downloaded the free version. I don't know how much space it takes up on the system or whatever, but yeah, and basically I just logged in and, just joined your game. So that was amazing. I mean, more games would do that. I don't know how much money companies lose out on doing that, but it's great for the player. If you're going to make a game that's 2-player only, though, that's kind of a given, right?
Yeah,
if you don't have a 1-player option, you need to at least give the option to add a friend for free.
Especially in 2025.
Yeah, for sure. I was thinking about it today. A good game is you think about it the next day or the day after. Same with movies, if you play something or watch something and think about it afterwards, it's like, that's how it's good. Even if it's bad, that's how it's really bad. But if you just forget about it, then it's not even worth it, like Robo Dunk. But anyways, I was thinking about the game and I was getting I was kind of comparing it to like some of the Uncharted games, to where you'll have like some easy kind of battle elements and then you'll get into a puzzle part to where you have to figure something out together. And then you'll run and wall jump and run through and, get through a couple parts, and then you'll get to another puzzle piece where you really have to work together. And that's kind of how the Uncharted games are. You'll fly through some bad guys with a pistol, and then you'll get to the meat of the game, which is the puzzle element. So I was kind of getting that vibe with it the more I thought about it. But yeah, I'm having a blast. I've really, thought a lot about it and wanted to get back on it. With you, it's just finding the time to sit down and do that is really the only issue that we as adults have.
That's true.
Yeah, and then just the other game I'm playing before we move on to Drew, I'm playing Sugar. I forget the name. Mainframes is the name of the game.
Oh, that's right. I saw you talking about that.
Yeah, it Mecha Dragon over in the Dad's Discord mentioned it and posted the trailer for it, and I'm like, hey, that looks like my kind of thing. Another Celeste like Hambone was talking about. It's really, the mechanics are really similar. What makes Celeste really great is the story, obviously, and the gameplay, but the story really sets it off. This doesn't have that that story. You're just a little save icon trying to make your way through different computers to figure out kind of where you belong, and you're wiping computers out on your way through them. There's a lot of technical jargon that other people that are way smarter than me might find more entertaining, but I don't know what they're saying. But I love the gameplay. I'm about halfway through, actually. I played it for a few hours today. I got to this point where it's really difficult, and I thought about just popping it on the stream and just playing through until I beat it, because I want to record it if I make it through this part. So I've stopped at that part. I might just pop it on and play it until I beat it, but I may never beat that part. We'll see. It's nothing that you can look up and figure out the way through the part that I'm at. There's other parts in the game you can obviously do that, but this part's like you just jump and move and jump and dodge, and you gotta, it's your platforming skills is what gets you through it. Basically, there's no YouTube video that's going to help you get through this part. So it's kind of why I wanted to stream it, just because it's entertaining, But I definitely recommend it. It's cheap. I don't know if you pulled it up, Drew, if you can see the price. It's like under $20. I don't know. But
yeah,
I got it on sale.
What's it called one more time?
Mainframes.
Right.
So it's just a platformer, right? I mean, in the basic sense, if you like Celeste, you'll like this. Less story, but just the same elements. The controls are tight. Love the controls. Not too many button configurations. Love that.
That's the win. That's the win. It's normally $12.99. It's on sale, 5% off. So $9.75 until the 13th. So you can act fast, right, because when you listen to this, that's probably tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, yeah. So
jump on it. $10 is worth it. If you like that kind of game, there was other people on there are like, I saw it as a platformer, so I'm not going to play this. But if you do like that kind of game, then definitely check this out. And just the last one, I haven't started it yet, but remember Kamikaze Last Planes?
Hell yeah.
From Drew, when we were at PAX last year. I played the demo twice because I loved it so much. But it was airplanes that turn into hot chicks, and it was only
where was I?
We're like, where we lost? Like I was looking for him. Like, where's Koozie? And he comes back. He's like, I just played Last Planes again.
Oh, that's where I was.
I don't remember this.
Yeah, I got the buttons for the characters and everything. I was all about it. I talked to the guy there. I don't know if he was a developer or if he was just a sales pitch guy, but at the time it was only on PC, and he's like, we're hoping to bring it to the Switch. Well, now guess what? It's on Switch. It just came out. I bought it day one. It's on sale too. It's like $14 or something.
So for everyone's wondering, this is one of those games in the eShop that has like the half naked shits on like cover art.
But not like cheesy, not like meet your. It's a little bit, but it's got great gameplay mechanics as far as if you like side-scrolling shooter like playing game like R-type kind of things.
Like with like
the gameplay is really good, and then they just throw in some scantily clad women, on the side to keep you, pulled in. But I haven't started it yet. But that's on my Switch. I'm going to play that after Mainframes.
I kind of like the graphics, though.
Yeah, and it's on Switch. It's not even on PlayStation. So there you go, Drew.
Oh, that's saying something.
Last planes that turn into women. Drew, what are you playing, man?
Not much better. So first, I want to talk about a game I downloaded on iOS as well. It is on Steam for you people out there that. I think it was $5. I went with a whim and I bought it. I'm a big fan of tower defense games. I don't know about you guys, but like I love it because like if I'm drinking my coffee or having lunch at work, I can do that, and you only really need like one finger kind of or one hand to play. So big fan of this. So Isles of Arrow is a tower defense game, but a little bit unique. It's like from a looks point of view, it looks almost like, you remember that game Bad North for Nintendo Switch? It came out a long time ago. It's like a cell shaded type style game. And if you compare that, like had a baby with, because it's like a great style game. But the cool thing I like about it is it's tower defense where you place the track as well as you place the towers in a grid-based system, right? So, every wave you go, you get to get new tracks or that you can kind of lay down, or you get new different towers that you can lay down. And for whatever reason, it's like the perfect length to just sit down and play a level or two. And it really sucked me in. But yeah, Isles of Arrow, if you like tower defense, highly recommend it. If you don't, it's a tower defense game, so you might not. But I want to talk about that one. When I lost the 1990s, I was mad, so I looked for a new game, and I had on my wish list that I forgot, which happened to come out last Friday, was a new game that's been on my wish list for some time called Mortal Radass Rage, I guess I want to call it. I'm getting to the price of it.
I was
right
wondering
now.
how you were going to pronounce that. I was going to
How
let
would you pronounce
fully
that?
go for that. Mortal Ragast. I guess the same way you did. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure we're both wrong. It's probably like some like
Rage
Swedish game. Yeah.
It's $16 on sale, $17 to $18. It's if Ori and Hollow Knight merged into a game.
Wow, that's big talk
That's
there,
big.
Drew.
Hold on.
Wow,
Hold
Drew.
on. Let me state my
You need to
but if like 5% of the budget went, probably one, probably less, probably maybe less than 1%.
Okay.
It's probably less than 1%. But it's there's a few things. I beat it. It's only about 5 hours, which was a perfect length. I beat it in one weekend. It's about this guy who's kind of the Lord of the and as soon as you start, it breaks the form where he starts talking to the guy behind the and he's talking about how the developers trapped him in this game, but it needs to break out of hell to destroy the world or whatever he's trying to do, and you're going to help him. The writing is interesting. It definitely tries to leverage a lot of that Hollow Knight, I'd say, but it's also okay. Like it's a lot of platforming that's challenging. You will die. It's exactly like Hollow Knight where you lose souls from killing enemies, but when you die, you only lose half of the souls because I learned very hard at quickly and it's the boss battles are fair, but the platforming is challenging but rewarding. You unlock a bunch of things. It's definitely that Metroid style, but not like Super Metroidvania where you get super lost because I can't play those. Like Hollow Knight got me. It got very confusing. But for me to be able to beat it in 5 hours shows a little bit that it wasn't super confusing. It wasn't super batch. They have a lot of portals that are pretty, enough that you can teleport around. They have skill tree that you can unlock new build, new items or upgrades, I guess. To some enemies, anytime like you enter an enemy, understand how to fight them. But overall, I enjoyed it for a weekend. I found myself wanting to play and not want to put it down, kind of finish it. There was towards the end like one or two that I looked up, probably because I was like lazy and didn't feel like just exploring. I probably could have figured it out, but sometimes in these Metroidvania games, like, well, I could. It probably saved me 20 or 50 minutes exploring places I've already been to, and that's what I did. Probably did that twice, but overall, it's okay. It's not going to be the best thing. I will say I think the price was a little steep. I don't know if that was the Switch stats because I think this is on Steam as well. But I think a better price point would be like $7 or $8. Maybe throw it on your wish list if you like these type of games. But if I had to give it a score out of 10, maybe like a 6. Enough to entertain me for a weekend, but not enough that I would ever play it again.
Got it.
Yeah, Mortals, Ragast Rage.
Ragast
We'll go with that.
Rage.
Ragast. So yeah,
No, that's all. I
that's what
got
played
a
all weekend.
an ad for that on PlayStation as well. I think it dropped on all the consoles. I don't know about Xbox, but I think it's everywhere
Yeah, I
now.
don't know if it. I thought it was on. And it definitely is. It's rated like you have to put your age verification. Like the tests, there's random f bombs they'll drop like out of nowhere. Like there'll just
That's
be a
awesome.
normal conversation, and then it just drops an f bomb. I think I took a. If you hit like ZL, he just
You
peeing,
just peeing.
and he
Yeah.
like it doesn't like do anything. It doesn't like give you health. Unless there's some hit somewhere that you can pee on something and it maybe give.
It's
I don't
probably
know,
a
maybe an
trophy on
achievement.
PlayStation or something. Yeah.
Yeah. There are collectibles, Hambone, if you wanted to play. There are some
Okay.
100% it, but there's like maybe like 5 or 8 in each. I guess like biome. I guess you could call it, trying to stay on par with the other games. There's only like 3 biomes, right? You start on it, and then there's like a grassy one. Kind of a cool one. Reminded me of like Diablo Heaven, where it's kind of like that gold and sharpness to it. Yeah, it was a good weekend game. I wish it
Nice.
wasn't $17, but
How were the boss battles? Were they varied?
the first one was very easy. I beat it without doubt. Some of the other ones were challenging. This is one of the games also challenging. Fair was, sometimes like you go into an area and then kind of like lock the screen where like there's all the exits closed, and then you have to
Yep.
like just fight normal guys, and those were challenging. The last boss battle was very fun. I will say that. Like I thought it was a fun, good length, good difficulty. Maybe I died 4 or 5 times. And then the other bosses, I think, same thing. Maybe I died a couple times to understand, but they weren't super challenging.
Okay.
Enough that you could beat them in a couple. You should understand the pattern. Yeah, it was a good game. I think you might like it. Like I said, it's a little underwhelming just because I think it wanted to be other games and short. It was good.
Nice. Do you have Nine Souls on your wish list? Because as you were talking about that gave me big Nine Souls vibes. Although I think Nine Souls was a amazing game.
That's right. You guys told me about that. I think
Yeah, I would check that. If you're into that, I hesitated on recommending it to you because it does have like some of the Metroidvania stuff, but it's never like where you're going to get lost. It's just different paths you can explore and things kind of circle back on each other.
Oh no, I haven't played this one, but I
Yeah,
will add it.
take a look.
Yeah, $30. Probably
It's
wait for
wait for a
sale.
sale, but it's worth it. It's really good, and it's meaty too. It's
You know,
probably a 30-hour game.
okay. Yeah, it's funny. Like I never was into really Metroidvania games until I discovered Ori, and then like Ori obviously
Yeah, that'll
changes
do
the
it.
way you look at games. But yeah,
Sweet.
sweet, sweet.
All right. Well, that's what we have been playing. We're going to move on to our first segment now, which I kind of alluded to at the beginning by saying it was Mario Day. So congratulations to all those who celebrate Mario Day. I think the first time I remember seeing somebody talk about it was on the internet. Someone posted a jug of milk that said March 10th on it and MAR10. And that's when it caught on. Like just from a picture of a jug of milk
Really?
is the first time that and then Nintendo was like, we're going to run with this.
Yeah.
But that was like 10 years ago. It hasn't been, Mario Day hasn't been celebrated for that long, but
No,
yeah, that's the first time I remember hearing about it. So, there were a few announcements today. One of the ones that we don't have on the list here was, they added Mario 3 to the Nintendo Music app.
Oh, cool.
So I was listening to Mario 2 the other day. I love Mario 2 music.
Me too.
But Mario 3 is on there now. They also announced the new Super Mario Brothers NES themes on Alarmo. I told the kids, they got excited. So
Yep, mine's set for that. So tomorrow morning I will be waking up. I don't even know. I didn't even going in blind. I set it. What I do like is that I had 3 themes. It was the normal overworld, underwater, and I think like underground. So I went with the shuffle. So I don't know what I'm gonna be waking up till tomorrow morning, but
that's fantastic.
It is, but I've been waking up every day for the last God, however long this alarm has been out for, to the Breath of the Wild Korak guys waking me up every day, like, hello, every morning. That's all I've woken up to. So like your
Amazing.
body adapts to it. It's going to be interesting to see tomorrow. I'm going to probably freak out, like, what the hell is
Yeah.
that? Like it's going to be something different.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, the kids do the Link, open your eyes. I think that's pretty cool.
That's
That'd
awesome.
be pretty cool to
I think
wake
that
up
Breath,
to.
I think that's one of the better ones, Breath of the
Yeah. Not a lot of today going on for Mario Day as far as announcements.
Nah.
The other thing was a Mario Kart Lego, a giant Lego set. Drew, tell me about this. Did you watch the trailer where it showed like
I
almost
did.
like the Mario Kart Live footage?
It was, yeah, and unfortunately, this leaked and spoiled a couple days ago. But
I didn't see the leak.
I did, so that sucks. But it still is a fantastic Lego, and it's a good size. It's a good chunk of Lego, right? It's almost 9 inches by 8 inches.
That's how I measure my
So-
Lego too, in chunks.
Yeah, chunks. It's a good chunk. You know, if I had I'm looking at the question block now above me, or it's going to be about that size, but and because of that, it's going to cost you about $70.
170, you said.
170.
Sheesh.
I'm still building my Rivendell, as you would call it, by the way. I would call it Rivendell. But
We had a
it's
conversation
going
about the other
strong.
night. We forgot what it was called. If it was Riverdale or Rivendell.
That's what you guys call
Rivendell.
who's
Where
called
the
it?
elves are.
Rivendell. But the elves are, you know. But anyways, but not about that. We're talking about Mario. This is one that I might wait a little bit. I just bought a big Lego set. We know the Game Boy one's coming. But you brought something up interesting to me, and I probably looked too much into, but they blatantly said for the adult fans, right? Because they do have a Mario Kart Lego line today, and it's interesting. I remember when the first Mario Lego came out, there was a more playable, interactive. There were like these, right? So they were these ones, and they're interactive, which is awesome, right? Right.
They're so creepy with the eyes off.
really
The
creepy.
black
Oh.
eyes are so creepy.
He needs a charge.
Yeah.
But they're awesome, right? They're pretty sweet guys. But these sets, let's be honest, they weren't very kid oriented. They didn't display well. And the Mario
Did you hear
Kart's
that?
the same.
Like, what the hell, Drew?
Yeah.
He's listening to me, it's freaking me out. Just turn him.
What are you doing?
So
yeah, they were very
this
kid
one-
based. The original Mario Legos, yeah. But this one seems to be more along the line of the question block, the original NES set,
The Bowser.
maybe the Bowser,
Yeah.
yeah. So the bigger, more expensive ones, but
The
yeah.
18 plus black box sets, right?
the black
There
box.
you go. Yeah. Did you get that one that looked like Super Mario World, the one with Mario and Yoshi?
I have that, and I can see it in Hambone's background.
Yeah, I've got that one too. That's the only one I have.
Nice. That's
actually.
that's the one I wanted. The only one I have is a Piranha Plant.
Shit.
I've got. Oh, yeah, actually, I have that Piranha Plant. He's back there too.
Yeah. Yeah, that Mario
Piranha
and
Plant,
Yoshi's really cool. I wanted that one, but never got
awesome.
around to it.
Yeah.
The Yoshi
Fun
one's
build.
fun. That was a fun build. The Mario one's always a fun.
So that was it for the announcements today, but we thought we'd still talk a little bit about Mario just to kind of hit some of our some of the favorite games that we played. Not necessarily, we talked about like going through a list and hitting the favorite one on every system, and I don't know. I didn't want to do that, to be honest with you. I didn't want to put the effort in.
It's true.
So we're just going to list our favorite Mario game. I'll go first. I'm wearing the shirt. Super Mario World was my favorite Mario game. I remember getting the Nintendo Power and seeing it advertised and it blowing my mind. The graphics were like, compared to Mario 2 and 3 and 1, to see Super Mario World was like next level. I just scoured that magazine until I was able to actually play it. But yeah, it was mind blowing, and I can still jump right in today and have just as much fun with the hidden worlds and stuff in it. It's the music,
Oh yeah.
the graphics, the gameplay. Super Mario World is. There's a lot of great Mario games, but for me, that one's just, I can always pop it in and never have a bad time.
That is true.
Yeah. How about you, Hambone?
Yeah, I think Super Mario World was definitely my favorite for a very long time. I love Super Mario World, but I think my sitting here today, my favorite Mario game has to be Super Mario Galaxy 2. I loved Galaxy 1.
Yeah.
When Galaxy 2 came out, I was so hyped for it. Yoshi's back.
Yoshi's
They
back.
Ride Yoshi. They did a lot of cool, unique stuff with Yoshi. The way they presented the levels was a little bit more streamlined compared to the first Galaxy, and I just loved the gravity mechanics in those games and how the little like worlds worked in comparison to how you jumped and how you explored. And I always liked playing that game. My wife would always sort of like, well, girlfriend at the time was watching. And she would be like my little collector of the star bits with the other controller, and
Yeah.
My
or,
wife did the same,
shooting
and then they could
things.
shoot them. Yeah.
Yeah, oh, it was so fun,
that was
man.
cool.
Yeah,
That was cool.
Yeah, I love Galaxy 2. All right, Drew, how about you?
So my favorite, kind of like you guys were saying, like when Mario 64 came out, it was like game changing for me in the fact of like this overworld and jumping into the picture and then being able to jump in and out quickly. That kind of set the stage for me for 3D Mario game. And then when I think about going forward, I have to say Mario Sunshine is probably my favorite for the whole uniqueness of it and still having that same concept of the right. I love having that Mario overworld where it's kind of like when you think of Zelda between dungeons, item, you know, it's or the overworld, right? So in Mario, I love just going to find a new painting or and then being able to go back to that overworld, Delfino Square, which is this new tropical paradise that was geared in Mario, and be able to explore it and find some hidden, shines and being able to go just explore it. I think that was awesome. And then the fact that kind of the bad guy was, um, yeah, I don't know why, but the 3D favorite 3D, I guess, Mario games, and like even as much as I love Odyssey, you didn't really have that overworld. I feel like because you were traveling from planet to
Yeah.
planet essentially, or world to world. I'd love to have a central hub, and then from there branching out. So, Sunshine is my favorite.
Okay. Well, I've never even finished Sunshine.
Oh,
First time
Yeah,
I played
I
it was
need
on the
to-
35th anniversary collection. I was a broke
Yeah.
college kid when Sunshine came out, so I never got it on the GameCube.
it's a good
Yeah,
one.
I need to play that one actually. All right, sweet. Next up is kind of along the same lines with that is favorite Mario memory. I think that kind of goes hand in hand with the games a lot of times, but maybe not. Hambone, what do you got for your favorite Mario memory?
Yeah, I think take me back to the 80s, man. So that's got to be it. Mario 1, kind of experiencing that the first time in my. So I had two older cousins. One cousin's 4 years older than me. The other cousin's 8 years older than me. So it was a really interesting age gap that we had. But my oldest cousin had an NES in his bedroom, which I thought was like the coolest thing, right next to his Nirvana
dude,
and his Grateful
that's
Dead posters.
baller.
Yeah,
That
it's
is big.
badass. Yeah. So yeah, he had the three of us in there, and he's like, "You got to check this out." And 3 or 4 year old Hambone is like, "What is this? Let me fall down this hole 50 times." But every time I would go to my cousin's house, I was like, "Are we gonna play this Mario game?" And yeah, I don't have many memories from when I was that little, but going into my cousin's bedroom down at the end of the hall, the lights are off, his pet snake's freaking me out, but Mario's on the TV, man. Shout out to cousin Mark if you're out there, man. He's catching fish
cousin
in
Mark.
Florida right now. But yeah, what a great time that was. And then one morning, an NES showed up at my house. I couldn't even tell you how it got there. I don't know if we got it for Christmas or whatever. I was so little, but yeah, man. OG Mario is where it's at in terms of my memories.
Yeah. So you played Mario and you were like, "How do I platinum this?"
Yeah, basically.
Right
It's
off the bat,
sign,
yeah.
sign me up after I got done falling in that hole in World 1-1, and I was all good from there.
Drew, what's your favorite Mario memory?
I'm gonna follow that story because mine's very similar, and it is back to Mario the original, baby, Mario #1. And my story is a little bit different in the fact where, similar to you, I don't know where the Nintendo showed up from. I have a weird feeling that like my dad borrowed it from like a coworker for like a month or so. I don't know because I was very young. Uh, but my memory of it is not like Hambone of playing it and falling in the hole over and over again. But my memory is I was too young, according for whatever reason. And when I went to bed, young kid, I would hear my parents boot up the TV from down in my bedroom. I would just hear the TV, and it was just that they were just playing. So I would just hear it like fall into sleep like every night for like a month straight of just them playing. Didn't really know what it was or they were doing, or didn't. I just kind of knew they were playing this thing on the TV. But that memory is something that I just fallen asleep to. So pretty simple, but not as cool as Hambone being able to play it, but listening to it.
That's really crazy that you fell asleep to Mario and now you wake up to it through your Alarmo. Huh? What a full circle.
Full circle,
Full
yeah.
circle.
Yeah. My favorite Mario memory is a lot more recent than that. Super Nintendo World. I will never forget walking through. We all watched the direct on it, right?
Mhm.
Where he showed walking through the pipe and entering the world. But man, to do that in person, to go through the giant green pipe and to be there in Peach's castle and see the paintings that you saw in Mario 64 life size, and then turn around and walk out and see that world open up in front of you. I mean, it's as a Nintendo fan and seeing that on the screen your whole life and then walking into it in real life is absolutely mind blowing. And it brings tears, and you see everybody walking through with their camera, with their phone out recording it, but it just doesn't do it justice just to walk through that and just soak it in. But yeah, that I'll never forget doing that for sure. I've had the opportunity to go through. I've been there 3 times now, and then I'm going to the Japan one next month. But yeah, with my work, rented it out once, so we had it a private thing. So it was just us Nintendo employees for one night, and it was nighttime too, and everything was lit up, and it was just us and unlimited rides and food, and it was. That was a very memorable experience too. So, but yeah,
awesome.
What'd you have, Drew?
Awesome. No, I was thinking about that the other day with all the promotion now for. I'm gonna shed a tear. I think when I walk through that pipe and I walk through Peach's castle and I just stand. I'm just gonna take it all in and say, you know what, family, give me a minute. Give me a
100%. 100%.
You gotta think about it. This is our livelihood in a weird way. Podcast, we love it. I mean, I got 1,000 plushies behind me. Like it's one thing to see it on a video or talk about it, or I can tell you right now, I probably know detail and where to walk and where to look, but it's different than actually seeing it. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, and like I said, I'd suggest just soaking it in. Have your wife or something film it.
Yeah,
but,
exactly.
Yeah, if you can just really and the sounds and stuff too. It's you'll definitely shed a tear for sure.
I'm excited.
Good. Next up is our favorite Mario item. Are you guys ready for this? We're going to do a little show and tell. If you're not watching the video, it may not translate well, but we'll try to describe what we're showing for just the audio listeners. But I'll go ahead and pop in first. I've got a bunch of crap, honestly, that I could just... Before the show, I was like, what am I going to get? And Drew and Hambone were like, just grab something. Just turn around and grab something. So I did. I grabbed this off the shelf. This is a little... So this... I'll show it to you first. So this is a little bronze Mario. I don't know if the camera will focus on it here. It's just a little... like pin, like a hat pin or something. But they gave me this for my 5-year anniversary working for Nintendo.
Oh, cool.
Which is super unique. Like you won't see a lot of those, but I was disappointed with it because they changed 2 years ago. They changed their rewards, and previous to this, you got I don't know if it was statue is for 10 years, but you got a plaque, really cool plaque with the number 5 and your name on it and everything. And my buddies that worked there, that hit that before me got those plaques, and I was like, oh man, I can't wait to have that. That's gonna be dope to be up. And then 2 years ago they changed it, and they're like, here, you get this pin, and it doesn't have my name on it or say what it is or anything. It's just a little bronze Mario pin, but it's still cool, right? I guess. I don't know, but I was just disappointed with it. I was expecting, like, I don't know, something with my name on it and saying, hey, good job for 5 years. But then I talked to other people, and they're like, man, I've been in my job for 5 years, and all I got was a swift kick in the ass, So I guess I should be, happy that I got this pin, but it's a little lackluster for me, but it's still cool, I guess.
It's obviously something meaningful to you, Cruz. You showed it off to us. Yeah,
it was handy. Yeah, it's here on my desk. It's a reminder of keep working hard. I don't know it's a reminder of no matter how hard you work, they'll still give you a shitty something. I don't know.
That's right. That is right.
Yeah, it's never enough, whatever. Anyways, Drew, what do you got for your favorite Mario item?
I have a little fun collectible. This is unique. This is a Nintendo toy back from 1981. With Nintendo and 1982 Coleco. And this is known to be one of the first Mario action figure toys ever made.
What?
He's a little beat up. He's very beat up, in fact. But it's a pretty cool little guy. I had this my entire life. Again, I don't have a cool story of where it came from or how I got it, but it's a treasure for me. It's cool. I look online. You can buy them on eBay anywhere between like $30 to $80. I've thought about buying another one, just pretty beat, but it's still a fun. Maybe the beat up tells a story because I've had this since I was a kid.
Yeah,
it's impressive that you still have it.
It shows.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, this was the first one, and then not to go show a bunch of them. But
I think too, for the audio listeners, the toy kind of looks a lot like the Mario. If you've ever seen Mario on like the original side of the Donkey Kong arcade machine, he kind of looks like that.
Yes. Yep. Almost more from like the yeah. Exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
And then they had another line in the about 10 that was like based off Mario 2.
Oh yeah, I've got that one
yeah,
right
those look
here
great.
too.
Yeah, I have a bunch of these. There is that.
turtle.
I have. There's the mushroom one. There's a fireball. There's one with a. There's a Princess Peach. But yeah, those pretty nifty guys. I treasure that guy.
That's awesome.
That's my show
Love
and tell. Hambone, what about you?
Yeah, well, I will say I don't have a bunch of tchotchkes from my childhood or anything like that. I run pretty lean over here.
I love it.
But
I'm jealous.
But what I do have are a couple very sought after, not really, items from McDonald's from the Mario movie.
There he is.
And
It's
Spinny
Mario in the
Luma.
pipe.
Mario in a pipe and
Luma.
Spinny Luma. I love
There you
these
go.
guys. I don't
Yep.
hold on to many things, but I was like, Owen, you're getting Happy Meals, man, until we get Mario, and Mario
That's
came in on the
right.
second Happy Meal, and that was it. And
That's
I
awesome.
think we got like 3 Lumas. I was like, what are we doing here? Give me something new. But
You went too
But,
soon. You have to spread out the visits.
yeah, exactly. So that's it from me.
That's
Nice.
great. Yeah.
That is fun.
All right. So that covers it for Mario Day. Next up, we're going to go with another Am I the Asshole? Is that what we're calling it? Who's
Listen,
the asshole in this situation?
This was a huge win. A lot of people liked this segment. They loved the twist
really?
at the end.
They did.
Feedback.
All right.
A lot of
yeah. I
feedback.
told. A side note: that last story about the volleyball, I've told that story several times. Just like, I don't know why, but in different messages and stuff I've done with people, and just kind of laid it out there. And I did a message for the youth group and told them the story. Did I tell you that? And they cheered. They're like, yeah.
Wrong. But, not the reaction you wanted.
No, I was like, no, that's not the point of this story. So they're like, yeah, get him. I'm like, no, don't get him. So this is another story I've got that I need your all's help with, because it's a parenting story, and it once again involves me. I'm not going to throw the twist in at the end and make you believe it's somebody else. This time it really is me, and it really is my daughter. So in our house, we're kind of strict with screens. I feel like we're stricter than most people, but my oldest daughter is 11 now, and she's like, I want a phone. I'm like, you don't need a phone. You're around us all the time. What are you going to do with a phone? Yeah, the only reason you need a phone is to call us if you need us, and we're right here, so just holler at me. So you don't need a phone, but they do have iPads. And she recently got on to what's the CapCut.
Boy. Yep.
She doesn't have any kind of social media, and I use CapCut to edit some of the videos. Spoiler, I'm editing a video right now, the egg video that I mentioned last podcast. I'm editing it. It's almost done. It's super stupid, but very funny. But yeah, I'm doing that on CapCut. So she's got CapCut, and I just thought it's a video editing thing. Well, the more I looked into it, it's kind of got almost some like TikTok-y vibes to it, to where you can edit videos and then post them, or share like people will share templates with different music and different themes and visuals and things on them. So she found this template that she used to make a video of her dog. And it was with the song That's Not My Name. That's Not My Name. I don't know if y'all heard that. It's a song 2008 by the Ting Tings. I ended up looking it up. I
didn't know that, but
yeah.
They call me Stacy.
That's
not
it.
my name.
That's it. That's right. Yeah. So she did that, and she showed me the video, and it was cute. And later she was like, "What'd you think of the video?" And I said, "It was good. I liked it. You did a good job. I don't like that in the song." She said, "Ho," and she was like, "What? I didn't hear that." It's like she's like, "They call me Ho. That's not my name." So I'm like,
I never realized that part of the song.
I didn't like that they said ho, and she was like, "What's a hoe?" And I was like, oh boy, this is the moment I've waited all my, this is the parenting moment that you want, to be able to explain to the kid, hey, what a hoe is. I guess I got really excited anyways, but I said, so she's like, "What's a hoe?" She's 11 years old. I said, a hoe is a shortened word for the word whore, which is someone who has sex with a lot of people. And she hates the word sex. Yeah. She hates the word sex, first of all. She's like, ooh, no, don't say that. Don't say that. I said, hey, you asked me. I'm just telling you that's what it is. So we go upstairs, start getting ready for bed. I'm talking to my wife. I'm telling her the story. I'm like, this is what happened. And Avery comes in there, and my wife's like, so this is, you're not in trouble for this, first of all, but this is why we keep you off screens. This is why we don't want you on social media. There's a lot worse stuff out there than the word hoe. There's things online that will, ruin you forever. So this is like the least of it, but we're keeping, this is why we say no to a lot of things. We're not being mean. We're just protecting you. She's like, that's great. I understand. That went well. So then she goes to bed, and I'm like, let me Google this song and see exactly what the lyrics are. I Google it. It does not say ho. I just completely made that up. I don't know what I heard.
No.
I don't know. I guess it says they call me hell. They call me her. I think it says they call me her in the actual lyrics. And I told Britt, I'm like, oh no, that it doesn't even say ho. And this whole thing happened. I said, do I need to tell her? Like, do I need to go apologize? And she's like, no, I don't, let's just let it ride. So
It's
my
been
question to
done.
you is like, well, what kind of parenting is that? Do I go to her and apologize and say, hey, I was wrong. You know what? It's not that bad. Or do I just, for now, it's slid under the rug. She learned a lesson. Am I the asshole for just playing it off and sticking with it?
Well, personally, I think it's two things. I think, either way, you did the right thing, right? As a parent, you heard something. She asked. She's going to tell her, right? She's going to learn eventually. Why not let her from her parent than somebody else?
Yep.
I personally think I would tell her, hey, I messed up, but look, there's a lesson to be learned here, right? Because
Mhm.
I'm looking out for you. There's art things on the end. Also, if she made this cute video of her dog and stuff, now she's not going to ever. She's probably delete it, definitely, right? So I think you tell her. I think you make it a lesson learned. Say, hey, maybe Daddy jumped fast, but there's reasons why, and like you explained to her. I don't think you're the asshole in this one. I think you did the natural thing of parent, being a tough parent, right? 11-year-old girl. I mean, my daughter 11 in May. I'm right there behind you. She has CapCut and she uses it. And there was an instance she woke up the other night and she doesn't. She usually goes to bed and goes to bed. They're older. She woke up the night. She came downstairs. She goes and she was afraid to tell me. She goes, I'm a little scared in my room. Why? Like you're never scared in your room. And she said, well, I saw something. And I said, well, what you see and where did you see it? A CapCut. And I think she was more afraid to tell me because she didn't want me to delete CapCut. Right? That's probably why. I said, all
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
well, what did you see? What was the video of? She said, well, it was this person and there was a video and they were saying that what's the new phrase they use nowadays? It's like skin shapers, or what's the it's essentially like someone that can change bodies.
Really?
Not
Like a
it's not
shapeshifter?
it is, but it's not shape shifting. It's called
Like a
something
skin
else.
changer or something like that. Yeah.
Skin changer. I think that's the new word. Skin changer.
Huh.
And it was about people changing skins. Like it's like they could take over other bodies. I don't know. It sounded creepy, to be honest. Then I
Sounds
went,
creepy to me.
yeah, but it's to the point, right? So it's like, as a parent, you want to protect them from that crap if they don't need to be watching.
Right.
And
Yeah.
so no, I don't think you did anything wrong here, Cruz.
Well, the
But
part of
I
me being an asshole is I'm not going to tell her. She's
no,
gonna delete
Yeah.
that video and never know.
you're the
Cruz,
you're the
I completely disagree with Drew. Aside from,
Thank you.
do not tell her. There's no need to
Yes.
tell her. You've laid the lesson down. She knows
Right.
whether or not the
Yep.
lyric was there or not. The point
Mhm.
still, it's water on the bridge. If in the moment, if you pull up the lyrics and was like, oh, actually, it doesn't say that. The moment has passed, right?
Yes.
It's like,
yeah.
you know what I mean?
No.
Just let it ride,
Let-
because
it doesn't. Let me tell you
absolutely
why.
not. You just let
Rambo.
it go, man. You just
Let me
you
tell you
let it
why.
go.
With you.
There's going to be
I'm with
more
him
Let me
chances.
tell you why.
All right, tell me why.
In a year from now, right?
Mhm.
She's going to be in sixth grade. She's going to be at her sixth grade or seventh grade, whatever grade she's in. Her school dance, and that song's going to come on, and she's like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, whoa!" She's going to tell her friends, "This is a bad song," and then I say, "Why?" And I say, "Because they say hoe in it," and then I say, "Who said? Who said? What's hoe mean?" Well, hoe means you're a whore, and it means about having a lot of. And then all of a sudden, that girl is going to go home and say, "Hey, so and so was talking about a whore and sets and all this stuff at school today. I don't know if I'd be friends with her." And before you know it, you got that parent calling Kevin, and this is going to be a shit show. Telling you, you
I
got to
don't
call it out.
listen.
I think
What
that's
kind of
a
school
reach, Drew.
dance is?
It's not a reach. It's gonna happen.
I think that's a few reaches there.
Yeah.
School
That's-
dances, they're not going to be
2008.
put in. Even if that song is there, you just explain it away to say, hey, they don't play the explicit versions of the songs at the school dances if they're in that age. let it go. Who knows? They're going to be onto something new next week anyway, and that lesson might apply again. You know what I mean?
All right.
It's you
Yeah.
let it go, Kuz. I still don't think you're an asshole. I would have done the exact same thing.
Good,
Although
good.
I do know that song. I never heard
Mhm.
them say ho in it, so maybe I would have questioned that. But in the moment, you've got a daughter there.
In the moment.
Yeah.
The whole alarm comes
Yeah.
on. You're like, nah, gotta shut this down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the thing too, they sing a song about me that's kind of like it's another one bites the dust. It's the theme to that, but it's Daddy Don't Make Mistakes. So it's don't Daddy don't make mistakes. So if I come back now and say I made a mistake, that just ruined. Then I've ruined two songs.
Songs.
Let it ride.
I'm gonna sweep this one under the rug. Let it ride. Let her learn the lesson, and keep moving. But Drew, I love your honesty.
Listen,
Yeah.
year from now, we'll talk to Dan about this. He's gonna
That's
come
it.
back. It will come
Episode
back.
4.
Yeah.
Mark that down.
All right.
All right. Good story.
We're going to keep it moving now to our Mount Rushmore. Have we done Mount Rushmore yet?
We have
We've
done.
All right.
we've done one Mount Rushmore with
All right.
what was it? Super Bowl foods. Super Bowl.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
This was a little bit different, but that was fun.
Yeah, this one's video game related. We're bringing back the Mount Rushmore theme here. If you don't know, we're going to discuss the top 4 or most iconic blank in said category. This time it's the video game box art. So by the end of the segment, we can all agree on a top 4 best of the best. I don't know if we're going to agree. We're just going to list our favorite top 4
I
here.
think there's so
We'll do our
many.
own.
We're
Yeah.
just gonna do our own Mount
Yeah,
Rushmore.
and there's
so-
like Hambone said, there is so much good video game box art. I didn't put a lot of time in this. I just snagged the first 4 I thought of, but you could probably argue any video game box art, and I'd say, you know what, you're right, because it sells the game. You know, you got to have good box art to sell the game.
yeah.
At least you used to. Now I guess people don't even look at box art. But anyways, we've got our lists of our top 4 favorite box arts. I think I'm going to go first on this one. Is that okay?
Kuz, just so you know, I am sharing our screens, and I've put together a little slideshow that
it says Hambone. I see.
So it's
Hambone's taking over.
I'm gonna take this one over, guys. Just if you're all right, and
Yeah.
we're gonna go myself, and then Kev,
Love
and
it.
then Drew, and we're gonna cycle through, and we're gonna fill out Mount Rushmore with our favorite video game box art. So with that,
Love it.
If you're not watching live,
Boom,
check
baby.
the video on demand afterwards to see this box art, or Google it yourselves. Look it up as we talk about it. But Hambone's popping up the pictures on our video feed now. So
that's it. Yeah. So number 1 for me, if you're watching or if you're listening, is Ghost of Tsushima. So PS4, PS5
So cool.
game. So cool, awesome ninja game. Or a samurai game, not really ninja, but basically what I love about this box art and throughout the whole game really is the environments and like the contrast of colors that they have working in a lot of the different environments in the game. But on the box art, Jin Sakai, the main character of the game, is there with his badass mask and everything. He's in this maybe like a rice field, some sort of very like white background, gray background. It's something where it's very just white, but there's leaves, these red leaves that are falling, and just the contrast of the white and the red really jump out at me. Because I think there's this one. They also have a similar one, I think, with like a yellow cover. But yeah, man, Ghost of Tsushima is definitely on my list.
what I love about that cover is that that portrays the game. The game is so beautiful and has those red leaves in the game and that grass. When you're running through that grass in the game, it's on the cover. It just really it's beautiful. So I like that the cover put that in there because it's like, hey, come play this game and see how pretty it is. So
It's real pretty, especially when you
Yeah,
slice
it's very
somebody
pretty.
open and the blood goes everywhere onto the grass, and it's
disgusting.
Yeah, awesome. All right, Kuz, what game are you covering George Washington's face with?
Oh, okay. We're alternating here. All right. You know what? For my favorite one, I'm gonna go. I guess I gotta go with slide. guess I should follow the list. I can't deviate. I'm gonna go with Super Mario Kart.
Wow, you have it as well.
I love this cover because it's the whole gang, right? And it's old school. You've got the old school Mario, the old school Peach, the Yoshi's super old school, and the Donkey Kong. It's so retro, and the gang's all there, right?
Got the whole gang.
What do you have there? What is showing me? Is that a legit sealed copy of Super Mario Kart?
I had to take off the screen share because I saw you were flashing up something there.
Yeah, it's not sealed. It's in like a protective case. So
That's awesome.
I can open it up. It is the game.
Don't take it out.
Why?
I don't know. It looks like it's in good shape. I don't want you to do any damage to it. Oh,
there it is.
In it.
That's
awesome. It's got the book in there and everything. So
it's got a gold Super Nintendo logo. Is that a special edition?
That is a Player's Choice million seller.
Got it. Okay, because the one I grabbed had the regular red logo on it. But yeah, that's awesome. Love Super Mario Kart.
Yep.
All right, Drew, cover up George Washington's face with. Take it away.
I am covering up George Washington's face with a newer one, Breath of the Wild: Legend of Zelda.
So good.
The anticipation for this game in general, I think, had us all on the edge of. And then when we finally saw this poster of just Link in this new badass outfit, overlooking the most realistic type Hyrule that we've ever on this mountaintop, essentially, with the logo of Breath of the Wild, just was like, I need to get in this game. I need to open up this game. I need to play this. And I think it holds true still to today. I think it's still, the box art is still better than Tears of the Kingdom. I think I'll say that. I think it's like traditional but yet adventurous, and that's all there is to say about it.
Yeah, no, I think
I almost picked this one.
It's a great one. Just he's not looking at you; he's looking at the world.
I know,
right? And like what are they going to explore?
How many
Where
games
are you going to go?
do that?
It's really cool, really unique. It's a great poll.
Yeah, he's looking at the adventure, and it reminds you, like when you first cave, when you first start the game, you hit that little cliff and it cuts to that view of the world. It's so good, so good. Yeah.
Awesome. All right, my second box art is Hades.
The Thomas Jefferson.
The Thomas Jefferson of my Mount Rushmore is Hades.
Hades.
I love this game. The art in it is just generally awesome. But I think what's so cool about the box art is that you've got Zagreus there, the main character, with his cool freaking sword, looking at you. And he's so confident. He doesn't give a crap that there's 3 giant snake dudes that are going to bite his face off that are right behind him. He's just ready to go.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much what the whole game is. It's got the awesome logo there where that looks like it has, I don't know, it's like slashed a couple times. It's just so stylish, man. Yeah, I love Hades the game, love the art, and I still have to play Hades 2. That's on my list to get to at some point this year. So
wait, is that already out, right, for Steam?
Hades 2 early access is out. It's not the full
release. Is early access the full game or no?
Apparently it's very close to the full game. I don't know how much more there is left to go. That's why I've been hesitant.
Yeah, but it's one of those, do you wait? Do you just wait?
Exactly. I've waited.
I think you just wait.
Waiting. So
no way. Hambone does not wait. He plays the early access and platinums
it. And then plays it again.
I've beaten Hades on every platform, so like Hades 2 is gonna happen as well. But
nice.
All right, Kuz. Based off of the list that you provided to me in the development of this,
change it up.
in the development of this amazing slideshow is for you, sir.
Super Mario Bros. 3. Boom. Whip it out on you again. There it is.
Oh, I gotta hide the screen capture since you've got real life goodness.
This game is fine, right? I mean, the artwork is what it is. It's Mario, but the colors, the yellow, the blue, and that the Tanuki, is that what it is? The Tanuki, the raccoon suit with the tail and everything. We hadn't seen that
That's
we
true.
saw it in the movie The Wizard, right? And we saw the preview of this and that you could fly as a raccoon. And then this game actually came out. And back in the day, I didn't buy a lot of games. I rented them. So walking in the video game store and seeing just this yellow and blue on the shelf, it was so eye-catching, and it was always rented out. It was always out of stock, right? So when you walked in and you actually saw it there on the shelf, like you got a little kitty chubby, right? You got a little excited to get to Super Mario Brothers 3. So just seeing that box art just brings back like the anticipation and the excitement of, hey, your video game is on the shelf at the video rental store. Now you can take it home.
Amazing. Yeah, I love it. The Mario covers are all really good. Having the Tanuki suit on there, absolutely. You're like, what is this new power up? Check it out.
Yep.
You hit the colors. Yeah, man, great pick.
Yeah,
That is a great pick.
All right, Sir Drew.
All right, this next one's going to throw people off for a loop here, and let me explain to you why. The next one I have here is Sonic 2.
all right.
And I know it's Mario Day. What does this a-hole do? Right.
Right.
I'm not even a big Sonic fan. But this box art, for whatever reason, it like defines perfect. It's like the simplicity of just like, if you're a Sonic fan, and I'm a Sonic fan. I don't want to say I'm not. I mean, I don't love the series, but in Sonic 2 I played. But it's just so simple. After the first game came out, you have this new game. You have this Tails character sitting. It's just the simplicity of these two characters standing there with their arms crossed, looking at you. Dr. Robotnik in the background, like grabbing the two, and you can, you really zoom in. He's squeezing it. You have like the outside trim of like the checker flags. It just pops. Like if you walk by this on a shelf, I'm telling you, it jumps out at you or what it is. But for whatever reason, this came to my mind when I was bots art before even looking any of it up. So awesome. Yeah, Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
Great pick.
Yeah, Robotnik just looks like he's out to get you.
Oh,
you see the evil.
Yeah.
Yep.
Amazing. Next up for me, a deep cut from the Super Nintendo era. So, quick little backstory. So my grandparents would come and visit me every summer, and every summer they would come and bring me to Toys R Us, to the amazing wall of box art with the little tickets you take out and you bring it to the cage and the guy comes with your game. 100% was going in there to get Chrono Trigger, wanted Chrono Trigger, was reading about Chrono Trigger, gonna get Chrono Trigger. I walk into Toys R Us and I see this box for the Secret of Evermore with this giant spider-looking thing with his little heart and his evil eyes and his fangs, and fighting this giant creature is you, a little boy with a bone and your dog. And I was like, what is this game? Get me this game immediately. Sorry, Chrono Trigger,
really?
Move over. It's Secret of Evermore time.
Wow.
And yeah, crazy, right? So
that's a great story.
Yeah, so I came home with Secret Evermore, and I never beat it because it was so hard.
Yeah.
And grandparents came back like 4 months later and ended up getting Chrono Trigger, but whatever. The story still applies. This box art has stuck with me since, because that is the reason that I picked this game. So RIP that experience. You can't really get that anymore. But
man, that's such a good story. I've never even looked at that box art. It looks so cool. I know the game, but I've never seen the box art. So yeah, that's crazy that like, you went in ready for Chrono Trigger.
Yeah.
Now, if you were to pick, which is the better game, Secret of Evermore or Chrono Trigger?
Got to be Chrono Trigger. Chrono Trigger is my favorite game of all time. So
okay,
it's hard.
Never played it, Hambo. Never played it.
Me either.
Yeah, it's hard to recommend at this point if you've never played it, because it's like going back to that 16 era game.
Sure.
It's still amazing, but yeah, put it on the list.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for a remake or a remaster for that.
Yeah,
to come
I'll
out
wait for the remake.
Yeah. So
Chrono Trigger 2.
Chrono Trigger 2. All right, Kev, do you have your next one lined up here?
Look at this guy.
I do. It's Contra. How cool does this look? Being in the late 80s, early 90s, and being the fan of the Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sylvester Stallone action movies. I love those movies as a kid. I probably shouldn't have been watching them. But this was it, right? It's like Schwarzenegger and Stallone in a game, fighting an alien, shooting laser bullets. This sold me enough to change the grade on my report card. I think I posted in our Discord the picture about that. But I wanted to play this game so bad that I changed the grade on my report card, got in tons of trouble, and beat it with the 30 live code in like one playthrough, and then was done with it. So, but the cover, man, the cover just exemplifies late 80s, early 90s action movies. It's just like,
really
let's get out there and just shoot stuff. So, yeah, that's it for me.
I will say as well, with your backwards red 49ers visor on right now, you basically look like one of the characters on the cover with his bandana.
Yeah, almost headbandish.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
love it.
Be careful. That one's worth a couple $100, I think. There, you have the
really,
box in the manual and everything.
Well, that's good to know, Drew. That's good to know.
Saying. Just
All
saying.
right.
I'm here for you.
We all
Thanks.
know Drew's a cheater, so with his next picks, let's see what we
Bring
got
it
here.
back. Should have bring it back to the Mario world on Mario. And I'm going back to the GameCube days. Games are okay, but the bots are takes up two characters' faces. Super Mario Land 1 and 2.
The Game Boy. You said GameCube, right? But Game
Did
Boy
I say
era.
GameCube?
You did.
Oh,
Yeah.
I meant Game Boy. I'm sorry.
I was like, I think I pulled the wrong picture.
Game Boy.
Yeah.
No, you're right. I don't know. Let's be honest here. The bots art's probably better than the games, but it's that it's
so
there's
good.
so much. There's just so much going on. The art style is so unique, and then when you look at it and you see like Mario in a submarine and a spaceship, you're like, wait a minute, do I get to play as Mario in those vehicles? And you got like a Sphinx in the desert, and then the other one, shark bots and gloves. I mean,
Yeah.
if that doesn't say I need to play that game, then
Oh yeah, 100%.
yeah, but just they're so unique, and I think definitely knowing Mario now at this, I don't know what year the Game Boy ones came out, but I have to imagine around 2 or 3, right? I don't know what year.
I think so. Probably like early 90s, right?
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, those covers.
Oh, 89.
89.
Actually, Super Mario Land was 89. So the second one was probably 2 years after. But yeah, so
Wow.
at this point, it's very different, right? You're entering that Super 2 world where it's like this. Nintendo and Mario are still trying to find their. And yeah, this definitely would stop you in your tracks if you saw something called Super Mario Land, as like you said before, Hambone.
Absolutely.
That's my number 3.
Yeah, and up to that point, like all the Mario games, like the Mario 3, all the Mario games are very simple, right? Solid background and just Mario jumping or riding Yoshi on Super Mario World. And then these come out and it's like, what is going on? There's all
crazy
kinds of
stuff.
action here.
Yeah.
Those covers are
Amazing.
Those covers are fire.
I think with it being on Game Boy, right, you can't do as much with that system, but like to really make it appealing for new players, or like, oh, what is that? Just like you said, Drew, like there's so much going on. Like I've never done this with Mario before. Like, am I going to be able to do this on this little handheld? And yeah, man, I think the box art absolutely sold it.
Yeah,
agreed.
My Abraham Lincoln on my Rushmore.
Mhm.
I already hit it once this podcast, is Super Mario
Yeah.
Galaxy 2. My favorite
Wow.
Mario game, my favorite Mario cover.
Yeah.
It's
a
got
good
it
one.
all, man. Yeah, Yoshi's front and center, right? Huge new element to Galaxy 2 is the inclusion of Yoshi. If you look in the back, it's got the air puff Yoshi, the blue guy, right? He's spitting out the
that's
air. We've got giant Mario head spaceship planet craziness going on. And it's just Mario Galaxy to the next level, man. Can't really say much more about it, but yeah, I love this cover. It's just fun personified.
I like how you go from like ninja to demon snakes to scary giant spider to Yoshi flying through space.
I'm a man with many opinions.
It's so good. That
Yeah.
cover art is awesome. I've got the poster of Galaxy 1 up here and comparing it. Galaxy 2 is way better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
agreed.
That was a legit game that took what they did well in the
And you just kind of went for it.
Yeah.
To your point,
Yeah.
Drew, just to hit on Galaxy 2, like I like how you're just navigating the spaceship to select your levels, but there was something magic about the original Galaxy and that having that
I
hub world
agree.
and exploring it
that
and
little
stuff.
hub world.
But yeah, still Galaxy 2 I think is the superior game.
Did you give that one another go on the Switch when they did the anniversary edition?
I did. I played all 3 games on the anniversary collection when
Oh,
that came out.
yep, nice.
Yeah.
They
Yeah, so
ran
that
well.
was
I
awesome.
thought they ran pretty well.
Yeah.
I still need to play that.
Yeah, of course you do.
It's
It's on the list.
still in the box. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Kev, who is your Abraham
All right.
Lincoln?
I've got you'll appreciate this, Hambone. I took this off the wall.
I love it.
It's the survival edition of The Last of Us. Drew, did you watch the show?
I did. I'm
Yeah.
I'm involved. I'm
So you'll
committed.
kind of get, the sense of openness and desperation that this cover had. It's the PS3 version, right? And it just has Joel and Ellie walking and looking back at the camera like, hey, we're going to go explore this dystopian zombie land and follow along with us. And, it's, it's so
It's
good.
amazing. Yeah, it's so good. New season's
And
coming out soon.
it's
too.
like hand drawn
Yeah.
too. The cover's hand drawn and it makes me want to play the game when I see that picture.
Yeah. Great
Mhm.
pick. Great pick. You guys excited for the next season? The Last of Us?
Yeah, I am. Yep.
I'm dying.
I am. I saw the other day they mentioned something about it not following the game all the way, so
Makes
I'm
sense.
wondering how they're gonna change it up.
It's gonna be
Obviously, they're gonna
interesting.
have to stick to some of the main beats, but I'm wondering where they're gonna go with it.
Yeah, I agree.
Was Ellie's not in the second game, or she is?
She is. She's actually
Okay.
the main. Well, she is a significant playable character in that game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it's really cool. They add in a lot of new mechanics and things you can do with her since she's more young and nimble. You're climbing under cars, and the stealth is like really really cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Drew,
Cool.
who is your Abraham
Oh.
Lincoln?
Are you ready for this, Abe Lincoln? Here, we're gonna go with the Adventures of
Oh,
Bayou
dude,
Billy.
that's so
And
badass looking at it.
Look at that 6-pack.
Man, the Adventures of Bayou Billy. Any, some may say classic. Some may say not.
Trash.
Yes, some could say that. It's a typical NES game that draws you in with a ridiculous box art, but one
so
to
cool.
remember. It is a Crocodile Dundee-like type character where he needs to go off and fight and kill Godfather Gordon, who steals his girlfriend Annabelle. I mean, pretty simple storyline if you ask me.
Yeah,
This guy's gonna trudge through the swamps of Louisiana and fight some crocodiles along the way. But this game was unique where it was a side-scrolling beat 'em up game like the NES game, but there were certain levels. Level 7, it became a rail shooter where you could use the NES zapper.
Really?
oh,
To
that's
play the
cool.
2 levels. And in
Huh.
stages 4 and 5, you jumped in his Jeep and it was a driving game. So I loved this game. I grew up playing this game. It was so difficult, but it was fun because it was this unique play, like a side scroll driving back to a side scroll beat 'em up game. Crazy atmosphere, storyline, whatever. But if it was something else, it probably would have been a lot. But the roots and concept of the game, I mean, this was a Konami game, right? So this isn't like it was, you know, it was a pretty big deal. And the bots art, I mean, he has no neck. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, he's
But-
ready to fight, man. He's like crouching down with his six pack, and you've got the Jeep
Yeah.
there, and the Gator, of course, and then what's the guy's name? Godfather Gordon.
Godfather Gordon.
He's smoking a cigar.
He's smoking a
Oh,
cigar
man,
with
it's so good.
grabbing
You got your
Annabelle's
your hot girlfriend. Yeah, man.
low cut shirt on an NES. Yeah, I mean, it's just it
Yeah,
draws your
even the
attention.
words, right? You've got all like the foliage growing around the
Yeah.
Adventures of Bayou Bill. Yeah, great pick, man. What a deep cut.
The
Yeah,
handkerchief.
that's a deep cut.
Handkerchief bandana just wrapped around his thigh. Like,
Yeah, for
Love
sure.
it.
Yeah, he got sliced up there. That's just to hold in. That's just to hold his leg
Yep.
together. Amazing.
Absolutely.
I think
So-
it's cool. We both picked 2 Konami games. Konami had some with that silver and
Yeah, they had it was a
had that
style.
silver on the
Yeah,
NES
yeah.
box art.
Yeah, it was really interesting.
And then
to see
Bayou
how-
Billy went with Crocodile Dundee, and Contra went with Schwarzenegger went with Predator. So
Mhm.
yeah, they might have ripped off some American movie titles there, but solid, man, solid pick. I love that. I wonder. I was thinking as you were talking, I was like, I wonder if stream Bayou Billy somehow, but
Well,
the Zapper levels probably don't translate.
I think when you and I was just reading too, when you start up the game, I think it says, "Are you going to utilize the zapper?" No. And
Oh,
decide.
okay.
I don't know how you do a rail shooter with a D-pad, but I don't know.
They probably give you the little reticle you could move around with the pad. They do that in some
Yeah.
games. So
Yeah.
I
yeah.
believe I still have this game. I should have looked. I'm 90% the cart.
Amazing.
So
Yeah.
I love it.
You gotta
I
get the
can't-
box, man. You gotta get the box.
I can't imagine this one. Oh, this could be one of those that should be, 10 cents, or one of those that's like super rare.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah,
see.
I gotta look at price
In
charting
box.
afterwards. I'm curious.
Looks like on eBay, I could get this game. So you can get the game itself for $5.99.
Right.
$1.
Box, I'm gonna go $50 something.
This one says Adventures of Bayou Billy NES complete, very good condition. Bots manual sleeve, $5.50, $8 shipping. That can't.
What?
I might just pick
That's
this
a
up.
repro. You gotta look at price charting.
Yeah, that doesn't
Yeah.
seem right. There's gonna be something wrong there.
Yeah.
All right, Jude.
All right.
You got one more for us, right?
Oh yeah.
The
Who?
base of the Rushmore.
Oh, you had
What do you say? You had an
a
honorable mention.
final pick.
Oh,
Yeah.
I did have an honorable mention.
What is that? That's
Super
terrible,
Nintendo.
Drew.
It's not.
That's
though.
like the worst
It's-
box art ever.
When you
How
picked
did
it, I'm
that
like, hey
make the
man,
list?
it's not mine.
This might be one of those that I think I really game, but I don't know. I'm talking about Rock and Roll. I played the Sega version, but the Super Nintendo box art might be better. It's just a guy playing a guitar. You're right. What?
Rock and roll racing. Yeah. On the Super Nintendo, the box art, it looks really rough, man.
You've got generic rocker dude
Oh,
on top of 3 cars that are
Yeah,
shooting
but
lasers, and just
you've
like
got,
a
like-
blast of explosions here.
you got the little, bumper sticker that says "Hot Music featuring Paranoid" by Black Sabbath and "Born to Be Wild" by Steppenwolf, and
I
more.
mean,
I mean,
yeah.
if that doesn't draw
Sign me
you
up.
in, then
Yeah.
you can play a Super Nintendo game while listening to some of the best rock music of all time. Too.
yeah, I
All the
know.
time.
The Black Sabbath in 16 bits, what I've been waiting all my life to hear.
Listen,
That's-
It's
don't knock
one
it until
or
you
2
hear it.
players advertised right on the box too. You never know.
That's
Listen.
right there on the cover. It tells you 1 or 2.
Fun fact: you can get this game on the Switch because it's part of the Blizzard box set that comes with this. What's that dwarf game? And some other.
Dwarf.
Dwarf.
No, it's not dwarf. Now I'm gonna have to look it up.
That's funny.
It's like Blizzard Arcade Collection. It comes with Blackhorn, the Lost Vikings,
Okay. I'm there on Lost
and
Vikings.
Rock and Roll Racing. This has been on my
no.
wish list for probably what year? When did this come out? 2019.
It's just those 3 games.
Listen, it's on sale right now for $10. This is worth the investment to play Rock and Roll Racing.
I mean, you can get a McDonald's value meal for $10. Might as well invest in the Blizzard Trio for Rock and Roll Racing.
I'll go out and say this is better than New Star GP.
No.
Yes.
I'm going to say no. I'm going to say absolutely
Don't hate it until
not.
you play it. You can't. You can't.
Yeah, when's the
Rock
last
and roll-
time you played it?
Rock and Roll Racing is pretty fun. I don't know
Wait,
if I
so
agree
you've
on the
played
cover
it?
art, but yeah, I've played Rock
You've-
and Roll Racing.
Is it better than New Star GP?
It's a different game.
It's similar.
Hambone's so nice. I'm saying it's garbage.
It's different.
New Star GP is way better. Now you go back and play. You're talking about a game you haven't played in 30 years, saying it's better than a game you played last week.
That's telling
need
you
to-
something. That's telling you
nostalgia.
something.
It's talking right now.
All right, you know what?
That's
You're
right.
This
That's
does,
the
good thing this-
rose-colored glasses.
Good thing that was your honorable mention. Yeah,
good thing.
Yeah,
We probably
yeah.
could have cut this part out.
that's okay. That's why I put
No,
you last in
gotta
the
stick with that.
slideshow.
You got to own that, Drew. You got to own
Own
it.
it.
I own it.
With
I
your
own it.
Maybe you
Let's-
can buy
hold
that
on.
Blizzard.
pick.
You can buy that Blizzard collection on Luna and stream Rock and Roll Racing.
Can you quickly pull up the Sega edition to see if Cruz likes that one? Because it's
Alright.
quite different. It's very different. Bring that up in the
All right, let's see here.
which is also
Uh,
very different from the title screen.
Could you see that, Kuz?
Not yet.
Let's see if I.
Oh yeah, I
here it
see.
comes, here it
Let's
comes.
see.
Is it this
Hold on.
one with like the tongue out?
It's the all
That's
the way to the
cooler.
left one. Well,
This-
that's the title screen. That's
Oh,
not it.
that's the title
That
screen.
one on the
Oh,
left.
the title screen looks cool.
Go back up, scroll back up, go to images.
I was trying to roll in. Yeah, this one right now. It's
That's not-
Oh, okay.
that one right
yeah,
there.
that's cooler. Yeah, that's definitely cooler.
Damn it! I should have went with that one, Cruz.
Yeah.
I asked you too,
I
man.
like
I was like, which one do you want? I'll pull in whatever. You're like,
Mhm.
whatever's good. They're
it
both
also-
good.
It's got
It
some
also
like
has the little
some
bumper
creepy
sticker at the
carnival
bottom.
vibes to it. I really, yeah,
Yeah.
I like it. Yeah. The Super
I also have
Nintendo
that.
ones. Yeah, I'll
That's
go with Sega.
Okay, we'll go with that one. Sorry to ruin the last 5 minutes of everyone's life.
No way, man.
No, it's
we got to
awesome.
disagree on something, right?
I love it.
All right, I think that's it, guys. Do we have anything else?
No,
Not this
No.
week.
All right. We will wrap it up then. That is it for the 8-Bit Clubhouse this week. Thank you so much for tuning in. We really do. If you enjoyed the show, don't forget to hit that follow button. We're trying to get some more followers on Twitch too. So if you're listening to this and you don't watch us on Twitch, still just go on Twitch and follow us, and then you don't even have to watch it. We just need those. We need like, I don't know, 20 more followers to actually matter in the algorithm system or something. I don't know. But yeah, just follow us on there. And if you're watching, that's fantastic too. We love y'all. Leave a review on Apple or Spotify. Every little bit helps. For more updates, behind the scenes sneak peeks, make sure to follow us on YouTube, Twitch, and Instagram at 8bit_clubhouse and join the Discord. Links to everything can be found in the podcast description. As we find our rhythm with this new show, please provide any feedback on sound levels or audio issues so we can improve. Don't be shy. We want to hear from you. We're here to have fun and want to make your listening experience the best that it can be. In other words, let's get boosting, baby. And don't forget, every other Monday, stream a video game. Drew's trying out streaming. I'm dipping my toe in it. Me and Hambone are playing a little Split Fiction. So yeah, we're log in and tune in and drop out for some super stream action from one of the three of us. So Until next time, keep leveling up, and we'll catch you in the clubhouse.
Peace.
See ya. Good stuff, guys.
Very good stuff. Just went down a rabbit hole. Did you know? There's the Mike Tyson's Punch Out, and then there's just Punch Out that had Mr. Dream.
Yep.
Because I feel like you might have the original Mike Tyson.
I do.
I do as well. But apparently there's like a rare version, 5 screws on the back versus 3 screws. You know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
Do you have I'm assuming you have the 3 screw?
I don't know. I've got the one that's not expensive. The normal one.
I'm gonna have to go look now.
I think I checked and it was like not the expensive one, but yeah.
I better organize my games. Anywho,
I need to get rid of most of them. I need to slim down like Hambone. Did you I feel like your mic cut out a lot, Drew. Did you hear that, Hambone?
I did.
Or was it just me?
I did. Yeah. Yeah, a fair amount.
I wanted to say something, but I didn't want to.
Yeah, I didn't know how to interject. And I don't think it was your spacing. It was just every once in a while, like when you
did
about
at the very
Lego.
end, Kuz.
Yeah, I noticed Kuz
really?
at the end cut out like a very.
But that was the only time.
But like when you were talking about the Lego set,
Oh,
sounded
really?
like you said 70, and then Kuz is like, you said 170, right? And I was like, that was.
All right, I'll listen back to it when
yeah. And I'm curious if Craig picked it up or not, or if it was just something with the stream. But
yeah, that's sometimes he doesn't. I don't know.
That's one good